but I don't know when that happened. Jared in Downington, Pennsylvania. Hey, Jared, thanks for calling. What's on your mind?
Hello, Tom. I want to talk about the recent Cuban elections for president.
Yeah, it wasn't an election. It was a selection. The Communist Party selected the leader. You know, I'm not criticizing that. I think that the Communist Party is largely elected, but that's how it happened.
Well, yes, I understand. That's kind of what I was saying. It was an election in the National Assembly. What I believe the ramifications are of this for Cuba is that without a Castro running the country, is that in the first time since the 60s, is basically that I think the country wants to move on while maintaining the revolution,
yeah,
and not wanting to go down the same path as, say, Puerto Rico, which has just recently seen another blackout that nobody in the corporate media is talking about.
Yep.
That there hasn't been any significant financial repairs to the country,
right.
and that's what capitalism does. You know, I mean, Cuba is the last true Marxist-Leninist socialist state. North Korea removed any references to Marxist-Leninism in 1992, I believe.
Yeah.
And so that means that Cuba is the last true socialist state. And, you know, it's recently been seeing some reforms, but the problem is that when you have these liberalization, you're going to get inequality. You're going to get millionaires. And it's basically a cancer on their country. So this new guy apparently is a hardliner, and he does not want the same kind of, you know, this neoliberal laissez-faire capitalism that we have in the United States coming down to basically infect their country.
Yeah, and this is what I got. You know, Louise and I spent a week in Cuba just about a month ago, and now you never know. You know, when you go to a country where, well, when you go to any country, frankly, but in particular where you go to a country where the government has exercised the power to lock up dissidents. But the broad sense that I got from talking to a fairly broad variety of people, and nobody made any effort to control where we went, who we talked to, what we said, or anything. There were no minders or anything like that. I mean, I was in East Germany back in the day, and I was in the Soviet Union back in the day, and I was always accompanied, often surreptitiously, by, you know, my cab driver, who was actually a Stasi agent in East Germany, for example. But nothing like that in Cuba. And the sense that I got was that the people really like the fact that everybody can go to college, everybody has free dental care, everybody has free health care, everybody has free eyeglasses, everybody, I mean, even the poor, and they have the second highest literacy rate in the world behind Sweden, or Switzerland, excuse me. They're very proud of that. Back to you,
And we
Joe.
have none of that.
Yeah.
And we have none of that.
Right, right. And they want to keep that, but there's also, you know, I think that a lot of the middle class folks would love to, like, start their own little restaurant kind of thing. You know, the idea of free enterprise is very seductive. It's very, and Raul has been allowing that. They're just trying to regulate it in a way that, you know, their version of the antitrust law is that you can't serve more than 50 customers in your restaurant. And now they're trying to figure out how to do that with regard to retail space. But we saw a lot of they weren't capitalist experiments, because the capitalism is outlawed in Cuba, and the new leader said explicitly, we don't want capitalism, but they're free enterprise experiments. Jared, thanks for the call. Very well said. We'll be right back. It's coming up on 28 minutes past the hour.